hot in my apartment right now. Like, why I've been literally wearing workout shirts, sweat wicking workout shirts this entire video and this entire summer, legitimately, because like my brain is rotting in here. I like can barely think. So apologies that this probably will not be the most coherent. Not that I'm ever coherent, I ramble and tangent all the time, but this probably won't be the most coherent of my like sit downs with you. But I just did want to take a moment to talk about something I'm working on, I guess, for myself as someone who, you know, I can't say as someone who is an artist yet, like that feels kind of uncomfortable, but as someone who like wants to be, someone who has creative desires and is living a life that doesn't, I guess, totally reflect what I want for myself. I am just having a realization that I think is important and valuable and might be useful to you, or at least be helpful for me to talk out. So thank you for listening if this is totally irrelevant to you. But this video, this weekend that you're seeing, this day, was so sweet. I had such a lovely time. I'm so happy that I took the time to do this. It was really fulfilling and validating to just be like, you're allowed to like have a day of just like filling up your well, like your creative well. I think Julia Cameron in The Artist's Way talks about that. And that's the whole like purpose of the artist date, which is of course the thing that like I never did because I don't know, I felt like just silly or like guilty about spending time like just like playing and like doing something that wasn't like outwardly super productive or whatever. But it was such a great day, and I was so like, this is the start of me like really committing to myself as an artist and the things that I want to create like as an artist, which includes my YouTube videos. And of course, I felt that way, and then discovered upon editing this footage that my iPhone video camera audio like isn't working. Yeah, so basically all the audio was like not usable from any of the talking portions, which is why I'm talking to you now from the trusty old reliable MacBook webcam. I felt it was curious how the day I was like, yes, I'm investing in this thing, like I'm really gonna like commit to this, is the day that I hit a roadblock. And I think it's really easy to see like roadblocks like that the universe sometimes puts in your path as like, the universe is against me and like this thing and like screw the world, or to start getting really self-defeating and being like maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. And I was just like being so silly and naive to think like that little old me could pursue the thing I want to pursue. And that has been me a lot of the times. I've really interpreted roadblocks that way, but I'm choosing to believe something different now. And the difference is this, that when roadblocks come up on your path, especially once you've like made some inner kind of like vow or just something has shifted in you where you're like, I really want to commit to this. When those roadblocks show up, that's not like a sign that the universe is against you. It's not a sign that your path is not for you. It's literally not anything. It's just random bullshit, because random shit happens because the world is random. But when it comes up, the meaning that you can choose to interpret it through is, here is an opportunity to just like show the universe, show myself like just how serious I am about this. Here's an opportunity for me to really invest in myself, to put my money where my mouth is, to put all the chips in, to really bet on myself. And I'd argue, at least, that placing that bet is not an easy thing to do. I think especially maybe in like America, like that entrepreneurial, like rugged individualism, like I'm going out on my own, I'm gonna make it happen. Like there's almost this romanticized like idea about it. And so it's weird that when we finally, if we ever even are brave enough to just like put some chips on the table, when we finally do that, it's like, I at least feel like I don't hear that much about like how much that just kind of feels like shit. Sometimes it's really hard. It feels hard and begrudging, and you feel resentful even about having to invest in yourself before you have proof of the results. That's hard in itself. But then it's like immediately like fear sets in of just like, okay, well now what? Like now there's real stakes, because it's not just me talking about the thing I want to do or thinking about the thing I want to do, or like kind of feeling like low-key jealous of someone else who's doing the thing I want to do and maybe like thinking mean things about them, like not recognizing that what I'm really feeling is jealousy. It's like now that I've put something in the game, whether it's like you bought that camera, something I need to do, or you started taking like lessons in that thing you wanted to do, or you created like your art Instagram or Etsy, like the thing that's now, it is suddenly so much more real. That is so scary. And it's really hard to do that in and of itself. And then once you're on that path, like stuff gets real. Like you can no longer, I guess, make excuses that you used to, because like now you've started, pushing the ball forward. And I think feeling scared is part of the process, because it is a really scary and vulnerable thing to believe in yourself, especially publicly, which is often the case for people who are creative, because like part of the point I feel of making our work is like to share them with others and hope that that work resonates with people in some way. So it's a necessary like aspect of that creative path. Just feels really vulnerable and embarrassing, and like almost like you want to tread back into your shell and like be like, just kidding, I wasn't ready yet. And I think when we have a roadblock come up for us, which at least again for me, I feel like a lot of the times where I've been like, I am committing to this, inevitably something comes up. And sometimes it is really just my own fault. Sometimes it's something totally out of my control, but something comes up and I let that thing totally derail me. And I'm just learning again that I've already hedged my bets. I've put chips in the game and there's no turning back. And that means investing in myself, even though I really don't know what's going to happen now that this roadblock's in place. It's not only that, but it's also an opportunity to see, like, use it to propel me deeper on this path that I've decided I'm committed to, and find out, okay, so what happens when, I put more of myself into this, when I invest more energy, resources, time into this thing that I say I want, like what happens if I give it my all? I really don't know, because I don't know if I've ever given anything my all in my whole life. And it feels really risky to do it, but also it's like, don't you owe it to yourself to try and to know? So yeah, those are kind of my inconclusive thoughts. I feel like my brain is like no longer working because I turned off the AC to film this and I'm simply too hot. So I will talk to you when I talk to you, hopefully from a new camera. Maybe if I really believe in what I'm saying right now. We will find out. Come back to me whenever the next video comes out and we'll see. But wishing you the best of luck on your creative path and life in general. I know things are very crazy, and it's a blessing to even really be able to consider the parts of my life where I do have control over things that I'm perpetuating my own blocks, So I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I don't want to take it for granted or let it go to waste. And I hope that you can spot your opportunities for growth and take advantage of them, even though sometimes they're scary or hard. I believe in you. You can do it. We can do it. And I know that we're both going to be in a good place next time we see each other. I think we'll both have something to be proud of.